Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is more likely to talk big about his career than actually achieve much. While he might come across as confident and energetic in conversations, he doesn't have the steady drive or teamwork needed to truly climb high. In the end, he may jump from one idea or job to another without actually building a solid and successful career.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's likely to react badly rather than bounce back. He can get angry, raise his voice, or blame others when things don't go as planned. It's tough for him to handle stress or criticism quietly.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
At work, he is more likely to rub people the wrong way and get into arguments rather than earn genuine respect or friendship. His sharp words and quick temper mean he'll often clash with colleagues, and he won't think twice before saying something hurtful if he feels challenged or irritated. Over time, this may leave him feeling isolated and unwelcome in the workplace.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your own career, he is likely to feel threatened and insecure, not proud. Instead of cheering you on, he might react with jealousy or even anger, making sharp remarks or getting into arguments over small things. Being with someone like this can make your own happiness feel like a problem, not a joy.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, he is likely to secretly resent you and feel insecure. Instead of appreciating your hard work, he may act jealous or start unnecessary arguments to make himself feel important. He might say hurtful things or find ways to underplay your achievements, especially when he's upset.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is strict about money, but not always in a thoughtful way. You might find him setting up lots of rules about how things should be spent or saved, but his choices can feel controlling rather than balanced. If he does spend, it could be sudden and out of anger or frustration, not careful planning.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is not someone who will show off or pretend to be richer than he actually is. He prefers to follow strict routines and can be quite rigid about sticking to the limits of what he has. Instead of splurging to impress others, he is more likely to control spending carefully and insist that things go his way.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's quite tight, both with money and with his mindset. Generosity does not come easily to him. He's more likely to set strict rules about what can be shared or spent, and he won't go out of his way to make you feel special with little gifts or kind gestures. His way of thinking can feel harsh or stubborn, making it tough to have open, warm conversations about your needs or dreams.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is much more likely to be secretive and controlling when it comes to money. Instead of having honest talks or sharing decisions, he might keep details to himself and insist on doing things his way. If you question him about spending or saving, he could get defensive or even angry.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to believe housework is mainly your job, not his. He may set strict expectations about how the home should be kept, but doesn't want to get his own hands dirty or lighten your load. Instead of helping or working as a team, he'll act more like a supervisor than a partner.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to stand back and supervise rather than actually pitch in with chores or diapers. He'll often point out what you've missed or tell you how things should be done, but rarely will he roll up his sleeves and help. This will leave you feeling overworked and alone in managing the house and kids, with very little real support from him.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is far more interested in proving he's right than in truly understanding your side. When you share your feelings or concerns, he's likely to jump straight into arguing or correcting you rather than listening with patience or care. He might cut you off, raise his voice, or bring up your mistakes just to win the argument.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things and act aggressive rather than staying respectful. He might yell, use harsh words, or even slam doors and make you feel small. If you want a peaceful and supportive home, his anger is something you should not ignore.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, and this is a serious red flag you should not ignore. A short temper like his can lead to daily stress, harsh words, or even scary situations at home. Don't look the other way. This type of anger often gets worse, not better over time.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He is unlikely to say sorry and take responsibility for his mistakes. Instead, he often blames you or makes excuses when things go wrong. You might feel stuck, always trying to fix things or keep the peace, while he avoids owning up to his actions.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's likely to struggle with respecting your boundaries and may not take no seriously. If you say no or express discomfort, he might push back, argue, or try to convince you otherwise instead of respecting your decision right away. This kind of attitude can make you feel uncomfortable, pressured, or even unsafe at times.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding your feelings or giving you space, he may get upset, make sharp comments, or act cold and distant. This behavior can leave you feeling pressured or misunderstood, as if your comfort doesn't matter.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You cannot fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If he gets upset or wants to win an argument, he might bring up things you shared in confidence to hurt or embarrass you. This can make you afraid to open up or be truly yourself around him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women and may not be truly faithful in a relationship. His need for excitement and attention makes it hard for him to stay loyal, especially if things at home aren't going his way. This behavior can cause a lot of pain and mistrust.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is very likely to be overpossessive, showing jealousy and controlling behavior. He may question where you go, who you talk to, and even try to control what you wear or do. Instead of trusting you, he'll want constant reassurance and may even try to limit your freedom.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what might look like a protective nature is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He uses words like, I care about you or I want to keep you safe to justify telling you what to do, where to go, and who to talk to. Over time, this controlling behavior can take away your confidence and independence.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will likely expect you to do most of the parenting work, not seeing it as a true team effort. He may lay down strict rules or give lots of instructions, but when it comes to daily tasks, feeding, cleaning, comforting, or playing, it will mostly fall to you. If problems come up with the kids, he might criticize your way instead of jumping in to help.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. He might raise his voice, make sharp comments, or even yell when things don't go his way. This can create fear or anxiety for your children, making them afraid to come to him when they need support.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to truly support your role as both a mother and your own person. He tends to see things his way and expects you to follow his rules, often pushing you into the background when it comes to your own goals or needs. This can leave you feeling stuck and unheard instead of valued and supported.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem to support your career at first, but later ask you to quit after you have a child. He can change his mind quickly if it suits his idea of how things should be, expecting you to put his wishes and the family before your own dreams. Be cautious, your ambitions deserve real lasting support.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but real warmth will be missing. While he may say the right things in front of them, his actions will lack genuine care or interest. If any disagreement or inconvenience arises, his bluntness or frustration will show. He is much more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than trying to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He tends to react with frustration or anger when things don't go his way, and small issues can quickly become big arguments. This can turn family problems into tense, uncomfortable situations, leaving you feeling caught in the middle.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may act modern with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He might encourage your independence when it's just the two of you, but as soon as family or guests are around, he'll want you to meet old fashioned expectations, like acting extra respectful, dressing a certain way, or handling all the household work. If you don't, he could get upset or make you feel guilty.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than support you. He doesn't like to bend or stand up to others unless it suits him, so he won't easily defend you if it means challenging his relatives or creating conflict at home. Instead, you might find yourself facing problems alone, with him acting distant or expecting you to adjust instead.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
Yes, he is very likely to be a mummy's boy, and he will rarely, if ever, choose your side in a conflict with his mother. If a disagreement happens, he will almost always support his mother's opinions and expect you to adjust rather than stand up for you or help find a fair solution. You may feel like an outsider in your own marriage, having to constantly please his family just to keep the peace.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights and private life with his mother or sister. Instead of keeping your personal matters just between the two of you, he may run to them for advice, support, or even to complain, especially when things go wrong. Over time, this weakens trust and respect in your marriage and makes it hard to solve problems together as a team.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel exhausting and lonely. You may find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, worried about upsetting him or triggering his temper.